Hello there, it is Courtney, and maybe as you can tell by the look today, it is something a bit different from me. It is the start of Eurovision in Liverpool, which is pretty cool. Big Eurovision fan myself, so this is pretty cool for me going to see. Unfortunately, I will not be going the final, but today is my little Eurovision celebration. I am going to the big Eurovision welcome at St George's Hall in Liverpool, so I cannot wait for it. The weather's lovely, it's an outside event, but there's all sorts going on throughout the city this week, and it obviously all ends with next Saturday the final being held at the M&S Bank Arena. So very exciting time in Liverpool, especially if you're a music fan, a Eurovision fan, anything over the top and crazy, because that's what we all know Eurovision for. But yeah, it seems like it's so fitting that it's in Liverpool. I know it's being hosted on behalf of Ukraine with what's going on at the minute over there, but Liverpool, it seems to be so fitting. Eurovision seems to be a music event for everybody and anybody. Doesn't matter who you are, you're welcome, which is exactly the same as the city of Liverpool, so that is really exciting. But tonight's event, a little bit more information on it. So it is a big welcome Eurovision into the city with music from Frankie Goes to Hollywood, The Lightning Seeds, Atomic Kitten, The Real Thing, Jamala, Conchita Wurst, which I'm excited for, Shirley Ballas, Ricky Tomlinson, The Vivian, Sarah Lawson and Cream Classical. So it seems like it's going to be a really big, brilliant event. It's just nice to see Liverpool have so much musical stuff going on at the minute when you think about the city's history. But yeah, really excited for this, to be honest. I am going to try and go maybe a few other bits during the week. I know they are doing a bunch of, this was a free ticket event, but you had to book a ticket. They are doing free events down at the Albert Dock at the Pier Head where you don't need a ticket and it's all free, and there's some incredible acts on, so make sure you go and check that out. But thought I'd do a little video just to show you what Liverpool's like during Eurovision week, because we've never had it before and who knows if we'll ever have it again, but let's go and check it out. It should be a really good time. I'm going with my cousin Jess, who is also a big Eurovision fan, so hopefully it's a good time, and maybe we'll have some face paint later on. I'll give you a quick little closer look at my eye makeup. It is the colours of the logo with a very subtle Ukrainian flag reference under the eye, so something different for me, but you've got to go all out when it's Eurovision. But let's head into the event now.
Turning saints into the seam, turning through sick lullabies, joking on your alibis, but it's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me, open up my eager eyes, 'cause I miss the bright side. Hello, Liverpool! Are you ready for the party?
We're going to have so much fun, honestly. It's going to be so good. What's going to happen? We just come out to say hello to start off, and we're going to go back there, and then the real show is going to start. There's going to be flags, there's going to be dancers, there's going to be us, there's going to be cameras. You're all going to be on television.
Wow. And I must say, Liverpool, you look absolutely drop-dead gorgeous tonight.
Yes.
Liverpool is a city of warmth and heart that welcomed me with open arms, and I am so grateful to be considered an honorary Scouser. You certainly know how to throw a great celebration and be united by music, so I'm sure you will have a brilliant time tonight. Enjoy.
Hi Liverpool, amazing city. Go and enjoy the evening on this fantastic occasion of music and celebration.
Thank you, Jurgen Klopp and Sean Dyche. Coming up next is a performance from one of Liverpool's true success stories. From singing cover versions in pubs to selling out wherever he goes. Here with his song about the city we all love.
Yes, David!
Number one, and only.
Welcome to the party, guys. How does it feel to be in front of the whole of Liverpool?
Oh, it's amazing. This great city to be in front of everyone. We know how to throw a good party, so there's no
Yes.
place like Liverpool to have it.
You said it! You said it. Now, firstly, Tony, massive congratulations on your new edition. Bundle of joy, baby Luella. How are you feeling about Eurovision coming to the town of Liverpool?
Oh, it's brilliant. Obviously, we're known for the sporting success, but we're also known for the music as well. You've just seen Jamie Webster and the likes of the Beatles, so it'll be a great performance having Eurovision here.
Absolutely.
So, well, there's another big event coming up this year. We've got the Women's World Cup. Ireland and England have qualified.
Yes.
How do you reckon the Lionesses will do?
I think they'll win it. I think they're in really good form at the minute, and after the Euros, I'm just very confident.
Yes, me
That's
too.
what we like to hear.
Guys,
Winning talk.
I mean England too, by the way.
Okay, yes. Please welcome Atomic Kitten!
You to me are everything, my Alex Oxlade, Chamberlain, oh baby, oh baby. You were there when we won 6 and now you're kissing little bit, oh baby, oh baby.
I think you're not giving enough. Guys, are you ready for Conchita Wurst?
Outfits incredible, songs are still so beautiful. Give a massive Liverpool welcome to Conchita Wurst! And a very special blue Eurovision button, which in just a minute they'll press and light up the building.
Okay, are you ready on the roof?
Liverpool, are you ready?
Cue the music!
Give it up for the mayor of Liverpool! Now, in a night of unique moments, this next one stands out as pretty special. The last time this band's original lineup performed together was before I was even born. And do you know what? You're older than me, Joe, so come on, tell me what was happening in 1987.
Okay, you ready? Ronald Reagan was in the White House, Margaret Thatcher was in number 10. The nation watched Jonathan Ross's first ever chat show. The Simpsons did not exist. Chucklevision was the best thing on TV.
Do you know what? That was so educational, so insightful. Together for the first time since before I was even born.
Okay, you keep mentioning it. I literally couldn't be more excited. After 36 years, the original band have reborn just for tonight. Please welcome.
City in the world. Lovely to see you all.
That was incredible. The legendary Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Just been brilliant. But now it's our huge honour to welcome one of this city's most famous sons, who's going to treat us to a poem about his hometown's unique musical legacy.
Written by Liverpudlian author and screenwriter Frank Cottrell Boyce. Please welcome national treasure Ricky Tomlinson.
Let me take you down, because we're going to a wondrous place. We want to hold your hand and lead you through this land, the land we love. So get our groovy train as we thunder through the ocean rain, on tangerine trees and marmalade skies. And then as day sets into Kylie, we will live the life of Riley. Maggie may dance to Joy Division, just like a Norwegian would. From Penny Lane to Stanhope Street, we'll take a magical mystery tour in strawberry fields. Relax and let it be. Because listen, do you want to know a secret? You can take a sad song and make it better. Two tribes can help. Give peace a chance. All of us army can retreat into romance. After the killing moon, here comes the sun. Here we'll plant. Something's just begun. And we will plant a lightning steed. Because in the end, love is all you need.
There's nothing you can do that can be planned. Nothing you can say that can be said. Nothing you can say. Learn how to play the game.
we are back from the Eurovision Big Welcome concert outside St George's Hall. So the reason I've sat down is actually this is going to be a bit of a serious video. The concert itself was absolutely brilliant, all the acts were phenomenal. For me, highlight Jamie Webster singing This Place in front of St George's Hall, because that line of when I think about the birds in George's Hall and then he tried to knock us down and we stood up tall. It was perfect for me, that. But serious note, the management of the crowd was ridiculous. I have never been so worried at a concert before about my own safety, about my cousin who was with me safety. She was in tears. She's been at plenty of concerts before. She's 18 years old. She knows what to expect. She was in tears because of how bad it was, and I just went into sort of like autopilot in protecting her and sort of making sure we were in the best place possible to get out if we needed to, which wasn't too hard because we were already on a barrier. But there was people getting pulled out left, right and centre. At one point I physically couldn't move. If I wanted to lift my hands up, I had no chance. Which it was down to really the security didn't have any crowd control going in the main area, which was right in front of the stage. That whole section of Lime Street just had no one controlling it. Then the way they'd set up the stage, they'd set it up in the most tightest of areas, literally just, if anyone's obviously been to Liverpool, Lime Street, the width of it isn't that big when you think of if there was going to be loads of people lining the street there. So that was also a big mistake. Security there, you try and ask them for help and you'd be like, can we have someone from the head of security down here to ask what's going on, if there's anything that's going to be done to help or change the situation. And basically you got told by some of them to go and get head of security yourself, even though you don't know where they are and you couldn't move. So that was useful. But I will give a shout out to the guys who were, everyone that was on the production team, the women, the men, like they were brilliant. They were actually the only ones that seemed to care about the crowd a lot of the time. We had one guy who, after everything tended to like calm down enough, he came over to me and my cousin, and he'd been speaking to us earlier in the day before everything had got a bit crazy, and asked if we were okay and if we needed anything, and he said, do you want a bottle of water? So we went and got us a bottle of water, which he didn't need to do, but that isn't in his job description to look after the crowd. He's there to film it for the TV. Security should have been doing all that. And then not long after that happened, security actually disappeared. We could only see 2 people from security who were busy actually pulling people out the crowd that needed it, and we couldn't see anyone else in maybe a 10-20 metre stretch. Which obviously is a big area when you think of how many people were there tonight. They kept saying on stage 25,000, but we had heard that 35,000 tickets had been sold, so say maybe around 30,000 people at least must have been trying to be in there. So I do hope they learn from that, especially because it's the same people who are controlling the Eurovision Village down by the Albert Dock. So I definitely hope they learn lessons from tonight, because I don't think, if it wasn't for the people actually in the crowd helping each other out, I think it would have been a really bad event. In all honesty, I was moving out of the way to make sure people could get through a gate. I was offering people my hand getting over the gate if they needed to step on, like make it cradle and they step in it and step over. It was so bad, and there was kids there. Kids were allowed to the event. There was like 9-year-old kids there, maybe even younger. It was so badly managed. Basically where I was on the barrier at the very back facing the stage. Got there quite early, secured the space, and it was really happy. And then crowd starts building and building and building, and then obviously crowds trying to get through each other. Now what made this worse was one gate that you came in, so you had to go through the gate that was on your ticket. I had gate C, so if you were at that end, you came up by Lime Street. Now by Lime Street there was no food trucks, I think there was a toilet and that was it. If you wanted if you needed a drink, especially because it's been a very warm day, you had to walk through that crowd to the other side, the whole crowd that's in front of that stage, which is going to obviously be the most packed area. So in front of us was where the channel was forming, where there was 2 streams of people going past each other, and for very early on, for maybe the first, I don't know, 45 minutes to half an hour of getting in there, it was brilliant, it was working really well. And obviously it gets busier and busier, and people are using that channel to find a spot and just stand in it, and it's getting more and more crowded. And then maybe 45 minutes into being in there after gates opening at 5:30, it got really tight in there. People were trying to walk through and then weren't able to move. They're trying to go through and get food at the other side, drinks, or use the toilet or whatever, and they just could not move. And literally at one point I had a woman, we'd been on the barrier fine, and then all of a sudden there was like a, I wouldn't say a surge, but there was all of a sudden a tightening feeling. And this woman's getting pushed into my back. I'm trying to protect my cousin in front of me, trying not to push into people in front of me. Like, this, it wasn't this woman's fault, by the way. She could not move herself. And next minute we're all like this, I cannot move. There was poor communication to the people on the stage. The people on stage trying to hype up the crowd. Basically at one point while this was going on, into the very worst point of it, said, bring yourself towards the stage. And it was like, are you having a laugh? We cannot move. Why are you encouraging more people to get down here? And then the message did get up in the air. I try and backtrack on it, but there wasn't very clear messaging coming from the people on the stage, in all honesty. At times it did feel a bit patronising, a bit like, at one point he was telling people to move over a certain area, but unless you could see him on the telly, you didn't know that he was saying, oh, only move back a few steps if you're in that area. It sounded like he was telling everyone to move back a few steps, and luckily people stopped listening to him at this point because of what was going on. But if people had took steps back in front of us, we would have been severely crushed in that, because it was already too tight on us. I had to sort of keep a cool head. Like I said, my cousin sort of was panicking. But yeah, that's sort of been my experience today. It has put a bit of a dampener on it all. It was, the concert itself was enjoyable, but it still was very tight feeling. I've been to loads of concerts. I've been to Harry Styles, like, where it is crazy fangirls all standing together, and even that wasn't that bad, especially when Harry was right in front of you and people were saging it. So there was definitely something that went massively wrong today, and if it wasn't for people in the crowd themselves, it would have been a lot worse. But yeah, that's one reason why I can't really sort of think about my thoughts of the concert, because the whole time through I was sort of thinking, this is getting a bit tighter again. This is getting a bit tighter again. Oh, more people are getting pulled out over there. More people are getting pulled out over there. Someone's fainted over there. And it was like, people only got alerted to it in security because we were shouting at them and telling them, you need to do something. So yeah, fingers crossed they change all that and get it sorted for the next events they've got coming on. But thank God nothing bad happened tonight, because it so easily could have. Being a Liverpool fan myself, and just thinking of things that have happened to Liverpool fans in the years, like obviously Hillsborough, and then what happened last year at the Champions League final, it was making me panic quite a bit. But because of that, I also had in my head, right, this is what I need to try and do, because nobody else was helping us, sort of thing. But yeah, it's a bit sad that this video's turned out the way it has. Obviously, you've seen the concert footage now, you've seen it was a really good show, and it probably will look a really good show on telly, but behind the scenes in that crowd, it wasn't a fun time most of the time. It may look it on TV. We had our moments, but the rest of the time we were panicking and feeling quite scared before the concert even started. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching Eurovision next weekend, but personally myself, I do not think I'll be going to any other event ran in the city centre before then. Like any of the outdoor ones, I can't bring myself to it, which is weird for me to say, because I love concerts, and yeah, I just didn't feel safe, and I don't think I will do go to any of the other events ran by that security team and that planning team. So yeah, bit of a downer, but you know, hopefully anyone else that goes to any Eurovision stuff, you have a really good time. Cannot wait for the final. Like I said, I will be watching that, and I'll be having the Scouse commentary on, obviously. But yeah, with that being said, I'll see you all next time. Bye.